'Tis the season for traveling, and it's enough to make you want to skip your trip to the airport. Heavier foot traffic is expected at MCO today. Security wait times are longer. Today, the airport will see more than 142,000 passengers.
We knew that they would be a little bit longer, which they seem to be. I've seen worse, I've seen better. We got here a little bit early just to be on the safe side.
Michael Coffey planned for the crowds and arrived 3 hours ahead of schedule. He says it's the best strategy to ensure that he doesn't have a meltdown. Officials hope to make traveling easier for Michael with upgrades worth roughly $1 billion. He says he notices the changes and thinks they're helping.
It's continuing to grow, continuing to expand and stuff. One of the largest changes in the recent, other than the total remodel kind of thing, is when they got rid of the people movers that would move the people, and they put in a lot more seating.
There are more parking spaces too. Here's a look at the newly constructed parking garage that opened this month.
About 1,600 additional parking spots in the south. So as we see, our parking garages are starting to fill up now from the north. We'll see that expand to the south. But I think the customers are going to see the new the technology, the amenities. They're going to see Annie. I think it's just going to be a much nicer experience.
The airport is also working on adding more ticketing areas and improving baggage claim screening. A $400 million train system is also in the works to connect the airport to the Orange County Convention Center. Reporting in Orlando, Christina Jensen, Spectrum News 13.
Well before dawn's light, Mike Doyle started planting American flags in front of the Seminole County Criminal Justice Center. His hope to shed light on a topic that's not really talked about among veterans.
Anyone who suffers from a mental illness needs help. It's a disease that's overlooked, and a lot of people lose a lot of time battling it and not knowing what exactly they're battling.
Doyle worked on a nuclear sub during Desert Storm in the 90s. But it wasn't until 3 years ago he was diagnosed with PTSD.
Every 5 years I seem to have an issue, and I couldn't really put my finger on it.
These 13,000 American flags represent the estimated 13,000 post 9/11 veterans living here in Central Florida that are going undiagnosed for those invisible wounds of war. Half of returning veterans don't seek treatment for mental health conditions, according to the Veterans Administration.
These are my people. You know, I could be one of these flags, for example.
The Camaraderie Foundation organized the flag planting. They're a local nonprofit that caters to post 9/11 veterans and offers free counseling services.
After returning from deployment or after leaving the military, many of them encounter a lot of issues along with the PTSD, family issues, court issues.
And even though Doyle served decades ago, he wants to make sure younger veterans don't wait like he did to get assistance.
Hey, look, man, if you're having issues, get checked out. There is some help.
In Sanford, Jerry Hume, Spectrum News 13.
It's this sight that breaks Ivan Lopez's heart.
We knew that it was a huge risk factor and we needed to just evacuate.
Lopez was here when the fire started, a ranger at Camp Macaluso. And today took us on a tour of the damage. From the bathhouse.
As you can see, it took a really big hit with the heat.
To the boathouse.
When I came here for the first time and I looked at this, I was in shock.
And a dock swallowed by Horseshoe Lake. This was a unit house. This is where girls dined, they cooked their s'mores, they shared their experiences of the day, now obviously just reduced to rubble.
The words were, "Macaulay is burning." And I got in my car and left immediately.
Girl Scouts CEO Marion Berry says initial estimates for the cleanup total $2 million.
We're pretty clever at Girl Scouts and very resilient, and we have already configured how we can save summer camp.
Custom-built tiny cabins on wheels will arrive at the end of June, allowing camp to take place on the east side of the property. Plus,
I saw the greenest shoots of grass I have ever seen in my life shooting up from the ash.
And for Lopez, it's that site which lends faith.
It brings a sense of hope that Mother Nature is doing its part.
In Seminole County, Julie Gargata, News 13.